Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Please forgive me with how I'm sounding. I'm not very well, and not just me but my son and daughter, we're all ill. But I just have to do it now, and I thought, oh, if I'm not very well, will the message come through? But I've not been eating, which means my vessel is clear. So let's just head into it. And I do want to say, when I've been paying attention, and it's like when Scorpio energy comes into the mix, illness comes. Illness, I've been paying attention to it. Like Fortuna is in Scorpio right now, but when other luminaries like transited through Scorpio, illness came. So I'm just taking note of that. But anyway, welcome everyone, welcome. Over here we combine astronomy and astrology together to interpret our astrology. Basically, we just look at the actual visible sky instead of a drawing, and we see for ourselves where the luminaries or planets, depending on your point of view, where they are. So we go from the week, we go, this is a calendar also, we go from Sunday to Saturn's day, the day of the sun, to Saturn's day, and we do it every week. So just picking up the general energies, etc, etc. So welcome. I do also go over crypto and astrology and crypto on Sundays. Feel free to catch that. And I offer personal readings too, so birth chart readings. There's an example I've done for the XRP cryptocurrency. So if you're interested in that format, then feel free to contact me down below. Yes, so let's get into it. Anyway, this is where the luminaries will be, and I always say never believe me. Go and Google it. Just Google it and see for yourself that this is where it is, and I'm not just chatting shit, you know what I'm saying? Mainstream astrology is off by 30 something degree, 29 to 30. It's off. It's pushed ahead of time for a reason. There's links in the description below where I explain like more as to why. But as I said, don't believe me, Google it, grab a calendar if you'd like. It is available on Etsy, and stay tuned for the next calendar for next year. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Now, the luminaries, before we get into it, these are all my socials, as you know. And what we usually do, we'll go through the transits, then we'll touch on the moon transits, then we'll clarify with some tarot, and then we come back to the present moment, because the present moment is all that matters. Okay. And yeah, if you look up here too, all of the ones with the letter R next to it, they are the luminaries that are retrograding right now. And as you can see, there are 7 luminaries retrograding, and this may look a bit different from mainstream astrology, but right now as I speak, Mercury is entering sextans today. As you're watching this video, Mercury will be in sextans, which obviously isn't a star constellation even acknowledged in mainstream astrology. So it's going to be interesting how we generally exchange our energy this week, because it's in a different location, so it's going to be interesting to observe. But this video is literally all about Mercury, so do stay tuned for Mercury will station direct the end of this week, but this will still be 6 luminaries retrograding for till the end of this year, going into next year. So do stick around for a video where I will explain how literally all of these luminaries are supporting your level up right now. Okay, so stick around for that video. Now let's get into it. So please bear with me with my voice. So as you can see, look here, Mercury enters sextans on the 7th, which is today. And what's happening this week? It's just this week, as you can see, Mercury enters Leo on the 12th, and it's interesting because in its retrograde it just dropped a little lower to go through sextans, and then it touches back in Leo again, and then it stations direct, and then we have a moon in Virgo, which is to do with Mercury, isn't it? Mercury is one of the fuelers of Virgo. So let's just write that down. So on the 12th, oh, my head, on the 12th, Mercury pops back up into Leo. I drew it last week, but I can draw it again. On the 15th, Mercury does station direct, so that's what that means. I will write the moon phases afterwards. No, let me just write it now. It's not going to be the longest video because you can hear in my voice. Oh, we're not in Pisces. Sorry, that's why I was getting confused. That's not where they are. It's in Cancer. It's in the Crab. That's where it will be on the 10th of September. And then we have a moon in Leo on the 15th. And then we have moon in Virgo. And it is a no moon. New moon. That's how I like to write it, okay? No moon, new moon in Virgo on the 15th as Mercury stations direct. And this is also why I love just looking at nature, because this is nature, it's the sky, and how it just all syncs together. Like, there's no reason, it's not a coincidence Mercury stationing direct whilst we're getting a no moon, new moon, a new moon in Virgo. Like, there's no coincidences, but let me explain. And also pay attention, like once I pay attention, the reason I like to draw the symbols is because we as a whatever we are, I don't know, people living in this experience, we know symbols more, but we've forgotten them. And it's just like, there's a lot to do with symbolism. So this is soul source, the sun being like the sun, and then this is like us, we go through phases. That sun turns into like a moon. So you have your moon phases, and then you've got Mercury, and then you've got the sun, and then that. So this represents the material. That's the material reality. So you can see this has something to do with the material, and then it's like we've got this, like communication. It's like a signal, but I'm doing like a whole other videos to do with like the symbology and stuff. You can get so much more out of it, and I basically incorporate all of my knowing into my interpretation of astrology. Like, that's kind of what I do. Also, I forgot to say, which I feel I need to say, I didn't mention it in my numerology video. And before we get into all the transits, I need to let you know that September being sept, meaning 7, it's like the biggest thing. And we are in a universal 7 year, because it is the 223 year, which equals 7. 7 and 7 is obviously, it's that 14, which I did mention, that 14, 5, which is a karmic number anyway. But this month, it's like 77. Like, it's a powerful transformative month. It's wild, because even my mentor done a decode on like Trump's arrest, and he was getting like where he got arrested and everything. The number 77 was coming up a lot. 7 I see as source. We're overcoming some karmic number, and I'm sure this one is to do with karmic, like money, finance, this karmic debt. So I'm seeing a huge level up this month. Numerology wise, it's kind of like very powerful. 7 is source, and it's double 7. 77, it's in other yeah, it's gonna be a powerful month. We're transforming this month, okay? And I know we're what's the date, like a week or so into this month, so not much has obviously happened yet, but I'm generally seeing major transformation based on everything. But I've been going a little slow. Let's pick the speed up. Mercury, anyway, Mercury is retrograding right now, and as I shown it you last week, but in the sky you've kind of got Leo the lion like that. I know I'm an amazing drawer. And then you've got like the SEXTANS star concept. It's meant to be a triangle, but you know. And basically it's like Mercury done this, went ooh, but probably didn't get that far, and then it circled back and it's picking up on them energies, and then it's moving forward again. Bear with me if you hear me cough as well, like, yo, but I just have to, you have to do what you have to do, car. Tomorrow's a new day. I'll leave that there if that makes sense anyway. But anyway, let's get into it. So Mercury, as I says, it is retrograding. Retrogrades offer a retrospective perspective of stuff, does it? But it basically offers a going back, going over, yeah, a redo. You're thinking things through. You're literally just analyzing what you've not managed to get done. You're trying to get do. If you've tried to tie up loose ends with how you've exchanged your energy, because Mercury is all about energetic exchange. So this week is literally about your energetic exchange. As we move into sextans, which is where it is, before it jumps into Leo, sextans is this star constellation, is the tool used to measure the where the stars are, basically. So I interpreted that as some hornets close to the window, man. I think they just shut this window, car. Oh my days, just go away. It's basically like your position, you know, being the stars that we are. It's our position. I'm seeing we will be thinking a lot of our position. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm sure we've already touched on this before, but no, it must be another luminary. That's what I'm seeing in terms of how we want to exchange our energy. It's just like, where am I in the world? Where am I in my family? Where am I in this work position? It's like, what is my true position, and how do I really want to exchange my energy? That's what I'm seeing may come up during this whole sextans time. It's just like, what is really my position, and how am I exchanging my energy? And once we move back into Leo on the 12th, so you may experience those type of thoughts like, who am I? What am I meant to do? What, you know, all of that may come up. But that's okay. If you're rethinking it over, it's also okay, because when we move from sextans into Leo, even though it's still retrograding, only for a couple days, like, it goes into Leo and then it stations direct on the 15th. But I'm seeing for these next 2 days before it, 2 to 3 days before it stations direct, it's again, once you now know, oh, this is my position, this is where my star is located, like, this is it, and this is how I'd like to actually exchange my energy and give my energetic exchange. You're then like rethinking, probably tying up loose ends this week, the last of it, in a bold and confident way. So it's still in the retrograde energy, and it's being done boldly, confidently, and from the heart center, as I see. And then it obviously goes and stations direct. So this is where it's stationed direct, still in Leo. So we are in Leo, and it's now moving forward with these bold, confident, energetic exchanges, like full floor force moving. That's what I'm seeing there. So Mercury, it does rule, communication. It rules money as well. So from mid-September, people just maybe making more bold money moves, etc, etc. Excuse me, I have to blow my nose. I have to blow my nose. I don't edit these videos neither, people, because I don't have the time or capacity to. Like, I really don't. It just, I record it one time and it goes up. Yeah, I'm working on other videos which will be edited and stuff, but my 2 weekly ones, this and my crypto, it just has to go up raw and ragga. So yeah, so it go, I saw it go. But that's what I'm seeing there, just more forward movement with that. And when it comes to the moon being the mover of our emotions, it gets our emotions moving. It's moving from Cancer into then obviously Leo and then Virgo. Now watch this. So from last week we've already had our 3rd quarter moon move into our first our no moon, new moon, which is the first phase of the moon. So this is the last, that's the first. This is the second, that's the third. Okay, if you didn't know, and it all explains it on the back of the calendar. Okay, if you wanted this calendar anyway, it's perfect for beginners. So we're moving from a, oh, I'm trusting my intuition, I'm going to do we're moving from that to more logical and rational, moving, yeah, our emotions, our feelings will be based more around things that are logical and rational. So we'll be moving more in that way. And just look at the beauty of this. Just look at the beauty. So we go from contemplating, bear in mind Mercury fuels Virgo. Okay? There could be another fueler depending on like the mythology of it. But on like the standard norm, Virgo's a lot about love, but on the standard norm, Mercury does fuel it. So it's all about Mercury. It's all about your energy exchange. And it's like you're thinking about your position. It's coming through. Thoughts, conversations may even come up with just like, what do I really want to do? Could be in any area. How do I really want to show up for my family? Or what is my role in my family? What is my role at work? Or what's my role online? Or it could be anything. But conversations could come up about it. It could just be your thoughts, because Mercury is your thoughts as well. You're thinking about it. And as that is clarified, like, yep, that's my position, it's just like tying up the end of like how you would like to exchange your energy confidently before moving forward in that confidence. Yeah. And then when the moon moving from the Cancer energy at the beginning of the week, so we're already in sextans, and the moon, mover of our emotions, is in this Cancer energy. If you were watching me a while back, I was saying like Cancer is that tipping point type of energy, and it's all about the home and the family and what supports you, because ultimately your vessel is your home, you know, but then it does expand out to the actual home. So it's all about what supports your home, your structure, and what is valuable to you. And it's like, whilst our energetic exchange is contemplating this, our emotions are moving in a way, it's just it's peak. Like when I say emotions, your feelings, your emotions, your intuition, it's things that gets you excited or sad, happy, all of that stuff, whatever peaks and sparks an emotion in you will be based around what supports this home and structure, whilst you're thinking about your place as you are and how from that place you would like to give your energy, because I feel that that's what it is. It's knowing where you're at and doing it from that place. Yeah. And then once Mercury then touches back, moves from sextans, you've contemplated your place, it goes back into Leo, whilst the moon moves into Leo as well. Can't make this up. So the moon, the mover of your emotions, is beginning to your emotions are moving in a way again that's more confidence based and more bold in nature. That's what I'm seeing for like these yeah, from Tuesday to the Friday, basically. And you can say from Friday into the next week and so on. After our emotions have been moving, like, okay, just in a more bold and confident way, you then fully, in the full darkness, in the full darkness of the no moon, new moon, enter Virgo. So Virgo, I've said, is known as very analytical in nature, very just like, some people say it can be harsh, can be very judgmental, blah blah blah. But ultimately, Virgo likes to know how she can give her love in the best way possible. So because of that, she will look at every single detail. She'll turn over every rock if she has to, because she wants to make sure she's doing it in the best way. So if you're with a Virgo and they come across like, oh, judgmental and blah blah blah, because they're figuring out how to love you, and I feel if they just can't, then you're just not the one for them. You know, maybe, I don't know. I'm not really the best at relationships. I can't give advice on that. But what I'm seeing is, because we are fully going to be in more of our logic and reasoning, and this is fueled by Mercury, it is big on energy exchange, which is, how am I going to give myself? Okay, that's this whole energy. How am I going to give myself? And what becomes illuminated, even though the moon's not illuminated, but something will become clear during this time of, whoa, this is how I want to give my love, this is how I want to give myself, this is how this is how I want to do it. And there's no coincidence that Mercury is stationing direct when your emotions are moving through the Virgo constellation, you see. So it's like, now we can have forward movement in how we're actually exchanging our energy. Our emotions are making sure we're doing it in not only a rational way, but a logical way as well. So yes, that's kind of what I'm seeing there with Mercury. Do let me know if any of this makes sense, if it resonated at all. And let's go on to the tarot. Shall we make a little sound? Just a small one. Lovely. Yeah, even though I've got little sniffles, not even sniffles, like yesterday I was out of it. My body was just aching. And today I'm a bit better, but I'm just hoping tomorrow I will be better. But I got other stuff to do, you know. And my main aim is to be better. But bless, my daughter's just conked out, she's fast asleep. To be better for them. I'm hoping if she has a nice long nap and she gets up, you know, you just feel better in the evening. But what's happening for next week whilst with our energetic exchange? Yeah. Oh, did that come out reverse? It did. I'm not gonna kid myself. It come out reverse. Usually if I turn it around and I don't feel anything, like, I'm like, okay, it was meant to go how I've put it, but I felt something then saying, no, that was reversed, fam. That was reversed. And can we clarify the Three of Wands in reverse? Giving us a Four of Pentacles. And any more for any more? Any more for any more? For next week for the collective, what's coming true? What is coming through? Much shorter video this week. Oh, we have the Two of Swords in reverse as well. And at the top of the deck, we had the Devil in reverse. So we will take that. We had that last week too. So I'll speak on that. basically, whatever's coming through this week, there's no devil moment. You can trust it. I know that much. But let's read it. This is a tarot deck. Hopefully this week, this will be in the description for anyone who wanted it, but I wanted to have a look. But anyway, 3 of Wands. I don't get this a lot. Okay, so exploration, foresight, starting a new journey, seeking the truth, looking for something different, visionary ideas, seeing how best to act. Okay, so there won't be exploration this week. Next week there's not going to be no exploration, and it makes sense because we're in this retrograde energy. Yeah, no exploration. I guess we won't be starting a complete new journey. If ideas aren't coming through this week, it really don't matter. Logical things will come through at the end of the week. Allow yourself to rest if you need to rest, y'all. Just rest. I just need to rest. Like, I don't even know. I'll be starting homeschooling again from next week, so it's like, whew, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I won't start next week. Maybe we'll have another week off. I don't know. Okay. Possessive, mean, greedy, resisting change, tight-fisted, and mercenary, small-minded, materialism, and a source of manipulation. Oh gosh. So, yeah, resisting change. It makes sense. The big thing that's coming up is resisting change, because we're in this whole Mercury energy and we're just not ready to go forward with it until pretty much the end of the week. You may come across more greedy, you may come across more selfish, because people are just like, no, how am I going to be expelling my energy, basically. Yeah, just don't try to persuade anyone this week. There's no need. Just mind your business. Just mind your business. And then we have blind to the truth, denial, blocked feelings, being unavailable, putting up barriers, pretending one thing, feeling another. But that came out in reverse. So that's telling me that if truth is coming out, which makes sense with this devil in reverse, if truth is coming out, the truth is gonna come out, you know. Feelings won't be blocked this week. So I'm kind of getting, if there's some resistance to change, there may be resistance to change because truth may come out. Yeah, true feelings may even come out this week, because people are recognizing what is happening, and then they're going to start moving boldly and tying up loose ends, because remember, it is still retrograding here. It's still retrograding, so if any loose ends needed to tie up is possibly happening after people have thought of their position before Friday. So from Tuesday to the Friday, let me know how things go. Yeah, there shouldn't be any putting up barriers, pretending one thing or feeling another. I'm seeing honesty and truth coming up, basically, with whatever energetic exchange. Even though there may be some resistance to change, there may be not like new visions, new ideas, that might not come up this week. But what does come up is the truth, and what it's not, there's no manipulation in what comes up. Even though there may be resistance to change, you may not get a whole leap of ideas coming through next week, but we're still in the retrograde energy as we move forward. So as we go into the sun moving into Virgo, Fortuna moving into Ophiuchus, we should be better, not sick with Scorpio. But anyway, like, there's more forward momentum. Maybe ideas will start coming through then. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. And I'll quickly just show you the devil, just so you can see it if you are new. But illusions, ignorance, sexual temptation, materialism, living a lie, thirst for money or power, unconscious reactions, childlike responses, being obsessed, allowing someone to manipulate you, limited perception. So it's basically the opposite of all of that. You won't be in illusion, you won't be sexually tempted, not to focus on materialism or thirst for money or power. You're not living a lie. You won't be allowing anyone to manipulate you, and you won't have a limited perspective, and you won't respond in a childlike way, but rather truth is coming out. You're not going to be blind to it. You're going to clearly see the truth. You're not going to be blind anymore. You may get answers. If you've been waiting on particular answers, you may get answers this week. These answers may kind of like bring out resistance to change. I don't know what could come through. Could be something where you literally have to think about it. That's why there's lack of inspiration, and that's probably why there's resistance to change. But it could be a good thing. Like, I don't know, like I said, you're only this one, the moon being in Cancer, Venus is still in Cancer, Venus representing our material values. It's only things that actually support us. So that's why it's like, it may be a good thing, and if it doesn't support us, we can easily just knock it to the side. So that's what I'm seeing there. And of course, coming back to the present moment, down here we have our moon in Taurus today, and of course literally today, as I've already said, Mercury steps foot in SEXTANS. So keep in mind from this point on, we may be thinking, what truly is my position? They may be your thoughts, they literally may be your conversations. You may even make some money moves, which like kind of puts you in a certain position. It's going to be interesting. It's also going to be different for every other person, but it's important. I'm feeling how we exchange our energy this week is going to be important pretty much like for the rest of the year, decade. Like, I know I'm saying that, but that's what I'm feeling, because it's like, once you now know, you're then going to move confidently, you see, before obviously the Virgo energy kicks in. So yes, and of course with the moon today being in Taurus, so again, the mover of our emotions right now is entering, or our emotions are being moved to put us, I say, in a whole new toroidal field. So we're entering a new toroidal field. As I said, it made sense because we need to be in a new toroidal field to generate all of this, you see. So yes, that is our emotions right now. It's moving us towards a new toroidal field. Has something come up today where you've literally had to adjust, change stuff, and that's a new toroidal field, you know. Most likely something to do with the material. So this could be anything to do with the material. It's so vast, but everyone's different. But yeah, I'm going to go and rest now. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Remember, if you'd like to grab this calendar, it is available on Etsy. Physical and digital copies are available. Stay tuned for the next year's one if you'd like that too. And if you'd like a personal reading, it is currently 50% off until the end of September. So make sure you take that opportunity. It's only £10. After the end of September, it will be £20 a reading. So yeah, feel free to take the opportunity if you'd like. I do offer it for children as well, so do let me know, and I'll see you in my next video next week. Anyway, Angel out. Bye.